All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, so I wanted to make this video. Let's do a quick video here on Jerome Powell because I just put out a statement here on Twitter. So I wanted you guys to see it here on YouTube. Everybody on Twitter already seen it, so I don't need to post this video on Twitter. I'm just gonna have it on YouTube here. Okay, so if Fed Powell, Jerome Powell, resigns tomorrow, he's going to be doing a speech tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be early. It's going to be 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and he could, in his speech, resign. Right? We don't know. Right? And maybe he'll be talking about the allegations and all the things that are going on, because Representative Anna Paulina Luna, interesting last name, Luna, right? Did you guys see that? That's really interesting. She says, I have formally referred Jerome Powell to the DOJ, Department of Justice, for criminal investigation. Okay, and then we also have Polite, that's working for the government now. He was the guy on Twitter giving away a lot of money. He now works for the Department of Housing or something like that. I don't know what he worked for. He worked for somewhere. He's been talking about Jerome Powell. People are telling him Jerome Powell is going to resign or be fired by Donald Trump. So, okay, so we'll see how this thing plays out. She said that Jerome Powell knowingly misled Congress and the executive branches officials about the true nature of taxpayer-funded projects. Okay, and lying under oath is a crime. It's a serious offense. Okay, so that's basically what they're trying to get them on. Um, when they try to remove somebody, they'll find any little thing. Donald Trump hates this guy, so now all of a sudden, you lied under oath last year or whatever, this year, last year, whatever it was, and they'll try anything to just smear you and get you out of there, right? So, but either way, that's how it goes in politics. We all know it's a dirty game in politics, and it's a dirty game in Hollywood as well, right? So here's my tweet. If Jerome Powell, Fed Powell, resigns tomorrow in his speech, his QT, quantitative tightening policy at $5 billion a day, daily suppression on altcoins and penny stocks ends. Okay, so Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, they do quantitative tightening. They're still doing it even to this day. They've been doing it for years now. After the last bull cycle, they began quantitative tightening to suppress the markets, right? And it was at, I forgot what it was at. It was at 60. Was it 60 billion a day or 60 billion a month or a day or something, or a week? I don't know how much it is. Um, it was something like that. Then it went down to like 20, and then they went down to 5, right? And so the next step was going to be 0, right? And then we're going to end QT and then begin QE. Well, last time they talked, they said, no, we're going to keep it at 5, even though the markets were ready to boom. Bitcoin was ready to boom. All coins were ready to go. Jerome Powell looked in the camera and said, "No, we'll keep it at 5. We're going to continue to suppress markets, even though the markets is ready to boom, and everybody's anticipating altcoin season and ETH ready to boom." Jerome Powell said, "No, we're going to continue to suppress these tokens." Like, how is this legal? Then how are men and women just sitting there allowing a private entity to suppress their assets willingly, right? Without going into the streets and saying, "What this is not constitutional. Why are you allowed to suppress my assets?" Right? Shiba Inu can't move for 4 years because you're suppressing the crap out of it with billions of dollars of QT, right? Zion Oil and Gas can't run because of QT. Jasmine Coin is having a hard time because of QT, right? So many tokens. Sheena Inu can't do nothing, you know? Like all of these tokens, ETH couldn't do nothing for a while. Now it's pumping because QT is about to end, right? The moment Jerome Powell was about what rumors of Jerome Powell being fired or ending, shorts on Ethereum, cabal members on Ethereum, they started to cover quickly, right? So we saw that. You saw that with your own eyes because Ethereum couldn't run this whole time. Ethereum couldn't run. All of a sudden, Ethereum can move like nothing. That's not happening because people are buying, folks. It's happening because people are covering billions of dollars. Okay. So, I mean, we can buy all the Ethereum we want. And we saw Trump and them do it just several months back, and it didn't move the price. Right. So, how can Ethereum move this fast now all of a sudden? Because the cabals are covering their shorts because Jerome Powell is either resigning or they know he's about to resign or getting fired or something like that's happening to him. So they're covering their shorts on Ethereum. That's why it's moving. Now, if Jerome Powell does leave, shorts and illegal shorts will cover fast. And then I said President Trump would probably put a new guy in fast and cut rates and start QE. So we're going to wait and see how this plays out, folks. We are going to wait and see because tomorrow is the speech and we'll see what Powell has to say. Maybe he doesn't even talk about this at all. Maybe he gives a speech about the outlook of the markets and the things that the feds are possibly thinking about for the meeting that's coming up, the Fed meeting. I think it's on the 30th, and maybe he doesn't even talk about this at all. Maybe he doesn't even care. He's probably just like, nope, I'm not going anywhere. He doesn't have to leave, folks, until next year, right? So his contract isn't up till next year. Um, so I guess we'll see. But if he does resign, because of these allegations and stuff, or he's fired, then yeah, QT will end with him because he's the one that's doing the QT and won't stop it, right? He wants to suppress these tokens. He wants people to suffer, and he wants the feds to buy it all, right? And that's why he doesn't want to do anything Donald Trump says, and he wants to continue to suppress the markets, right? And be able to suppress these altcoins so that you and I don't become wealthy off of the altcoins, right? He doesn't like when we become when people are working class people or people in general are becoming wealthy off of these altcoins, right? That's why they suppress the crap out of the altcoin. They let Bitcoin go because they know a lot of people are not in Bitcoin. Only the wealthy are in Bitcoin. And but the altcoins, that's where most of us are invested in the altcoin, and that's why they've been suppressing the altcoins like crazy because they don't want thousands of people becoming millionaires. They want people enslaved under the beast system, right? Depending on government, right? That's the only reason why you would be using $5 billion to suppress assets. How is that not illegal, man? Like, who told you that using $5 billion or $20 billion or $60 billion is a good idea to suppress assets when we have people living in tents all around America, homelessness at record breaking highs, millions of people without health insurance, dental insurance. We got people struggling out their eyeballs, the debt out of the eyeballs, maxed out credit cards, and suffering to feed their children, and you think it's a good idea to take billions of dollars a day or weekly or monthly to suppress assets so that people can't make money in the markets for a certain period of time. That's crazy. How is this even legal? And how is Americans not outraged by this? Right? So, anyways, let's see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully, Jerome Powell says he's out of here so that we can end this QT. Yeah, the markets, yeah, it could. Yeah, let's see what happens with the stock market. The stock market, maybe the stock market does tumble tomorrow. Maybe it shoots up tomorrow because Jerome Powell's out of there. I don't know. Maybe the big cap stocks fall and the penny stocks explode, right? So who knows, man? We just see how it plays out. Peace out. God bless. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys next video.